President Cyril Ramaphosa will today lead the National Africa Day celebrations at the Cradle of Humankind. Africa Day commemorates 60 years of the formation of the OAU. It observes its transformation into the African Union some 20 years ago. Newzroom Afrika's Govan Whittles is on the story for us and joins us live from the Cradle of Humankind. Govan, good morning to you. Some lovely pictures you are beaming to us this morning. However, there is lots to talk about on the continent, progress, but at the same time, the challenges that remain. What might the president focus on?
Good morning, Oli. Joining you from the Cradle of Humankind. Yes, this year's Africa Day certainly takes place at a time when there is a lot on the agenda for the African Union, for the Southern African Development Community, and the President is expected to touch on a lot of tricky issues that have dominated the African Union agenda over the last few months. The Russia-Ukraine conflict and Africa's approach to it, just one of them. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area, another one, and the manner in which the Southern African states are combining their efforts to combat what is an emergence of terrorism in sub-Saharan Africa, some of the other topics which we believe will be discussed by our President Cyril Ramaphosa. Let's have a short discussion now with the High Commissioner for Tanzania. You would have seen the musicians that were busy playing are from Tanzania. They just came to demonstrate some of their culture. But High Commissioner Major General Govan Milenzi joins us now. Thank you so much, High Commissioner. Let's begin just with the significance of this year's Africa Day and what the people of Tanzania believe should be top of mind for Africans as we celebrate.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Today is very significant for not only South Africa but for the whole continent. As you know, this is the day that we remember the sacrifices that our forefathers made for the continent. A lot has been done for the continent, and this is really the day to pay tribute to everything that has been done. I commend South Africa for devoting this day, for honoring this day, and really it's high time other African countries also did the same, because there are very few countries which honor this day the way South Africa has done. And Tanzania, knowing that we have a very deep-rooted relations with South Africa, we've come here. We have a delegation, very high-powered delegation from Tanzania, and also the dancing group, as you've seen it. So it's really a very significant day, not only for South Africa, but for the whole continent.
What we've seen recently is African states reasserting their sovereignty in their ability to choose their friends, also in their ability to respond to conflicts as they choose. Most recently, our defense minister pointing out there's 800 million rand set aside to the mission in Mozambique. We've seen African states in Southern Africa come together to fight terrorism. What kind of reflections are you expecting from our president with regards to the major issues?
No, first of all, let's also congratulate the SADC countries. This really demonstrates the fact that the South Africa, the SADC, we actually won. And it's not only in Mozambique, where most of the SADC countries have contributed troops as part of the SAMIM, but also we've seen this one even in DRC. So this is really important, and it's good to see that some of the countries which were in the forefront of the liberation, they're also in the forefront in this resolve too. Yeah.
Lastly, High Commissioner, what do the people of Tanzania think about the state of African unity at the moment?
No, we hold it very, very highly, the State of the Union, and we wish it to grow even in a stronger and in stature. There's a lot that has to be done. We still have some conflicts in most parts of Africa. We know we still have to do the question of silencing the guns. It has to be, we have to take it very, very strongly. So Tanzania, join South Africa in making sure that we really hold, as we celebrate 60 years of AU, we also see that Africa become more free of the guns. We silence the guns.
Thank you so much. The High Commissioner of Tanzania joining us there. A little bit later, we will see a parade by the representatives of different African countries. Right now, though, we hope to speak to the chairperson of what's described as the 6th region of Africa, which is the diaspora, Dr. Ashantu Ngidi, who joins me now just to briefly discuss what exactly the diaspora is thinking about this Africa Day. A little bit later, of course, we will speak to the South African representatives. Briefly, Dr. Ngidi, thank you so much for your time. Just tell us, what is the 6th region of Africa and what does the diaspora think about this Africa Day?
Well, happy Africa Day, Africans at home and abroad. I am Dr. Ashantu Ngidi, and I am the ambassador for the 6th region of the African Union. We are the Africans who were stolen over 500 years ago, who have dispersed in all the countries of Africa, and the AU, with its leaders and their progressive thinking, has now added a 6th region. So Africa normally had 5 regions. There is a 6th region, which is the region of the diaspora. And I'm here proudly representing that, because we want Africa at home and abroad to know we are one Africa. 60 years it has taken us to get to this place.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ngidi. Just tell us whether there are any celebrations happening abroad.
Yes, there are. So in Brazil, today in Jamaica, in Barbados, there will be a 5-country, along with Kenya, Ghana, and South Africa. The countries will be doing an exchange online, and I will be hosting that. And all the countries, including in Brazil, it's a national day for them across the diaspora.
Thank you so much. Dr. Ashantu Ngidi, she's the chairperson of the 6th region of the African Union, that's the diaspora. And we'll leave you with some of these visuals of the stalls that have been set up here to showcase African culture. Here you'll see some of the familiar sights. These stalls will be visited by some of the diplomats of the other African countries, but of course also the president. It's meant to showcase Africa's pride and exactly what the continent considers to be its trademark, really. This is what the people of Southern Africa are used to, but what the people abroad will be learning about when it comes to the African continent just a little bit later. These celebrations, of course, being streamed live to South African embassies around the world as well, and then, of course, that diaspora event happening later this afternoon. What you did see just behind me, there's a consultation happening by a young man consulting a traditional healer. A little bit later, we'll speak to some of the South African officials. That includes the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Zizi Kodwa, and of course we hope to get that speech by the President live when it kicks off. We should indicate that they're already delayed, but it looks like they should be starting within the hour. For now, though, Oli, it's back to you.
Govan, Whittles, live for us at the Cradle of Humankind. Thank you very much.